Hi friends, today we are going to go over the foundations of Pincha Mayurasana, otherwise known as the feathered peacock pose or forearm stand or forearm balance. Let's get started on our mats here. We want to be able to check our ranges in dolphin pose before attempting any kind of forearm balance. The dolphin pose is both strengthening and it allows you to explore your range when you're upside down. You can always practice with a wall or a spotter. However, it is important to focus on the foundations away from the wall in order to understand where the strength and stability are coming from when we do go upside down. So find your dolphin pose. Find it by grabbing opposite elbows, palms together, tuck the toes, lift the feet, and check how this feels like. And then you're going to bring your shoulders over your elbows here. Then walk the feet as close as possible with straight legs. If you can no longer straighten the leg, bend the leg and hold it here for a few moments. Then walk the feet back. This exercise is important for understanding our range of motion in a forearm balance, since dolphin is recruiting strength from our forearms all the way up to our shoulders. And the next phase of this exercise, which my teacher Patrick Beach taught, is come into dolphin. And this is a really great exercise for developing range in your headstands as well. Keep the feet as far away as you can for the moment. Then you're going to drop your crown of the head down onto the mat. Then you're going to lift up for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the crown of the head down, walk the feet in. Then lift the crown of the head up for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk the feet even closer. This should be hard. And you'll hold this here for 7 counts. And you would do 5 rounds of that exercise while walking the feet closer and lifting the crown of the head above from the ground. This is a very important strengthening exercise for developing strength in your forearms and shoulders for any kind of headstand for the forearm balances. It only takes about 45 seconds of your day, but it is a very, very important strengthening exercise to be able to recruit strength from the forearms when we are upside down. The second phase of this preparation is to ask yourself if you're comfortable being upside down. And if you aren't very comfortable or you're afraid of falling, because inversions are not natural poses, so I encourage you to either grab a block or you could roll up your mat just like this and rest the heels onto the mat. Grab opposite elbows and see how you feel here for about a minute or 2. Because for the headstands, we normally train to hold headstands for about 3 minutes. It's important to be comfortable upside down. Again, you could always use a wall, but understanding the foundations of this inversion practice is going to improve your technique the more and more you practice. So let's get started in our first Pincha Mayurasana today. It'll be helpful for you to grab a yoga block as well. What I really like about using a cork yoga block is it helps us understand the foundational requirements to enter a Pincha Mayurasana. I don't encourage you to use a strap to wrap around your elbows because I don't believe that using the strap around the elbows gives you the foundational requirements to balance into a Pincha Mayurasana, because essentially we want to train our shoulders into better external rotation and adduction. And the reason why we're not using the blocks with our palms face down like this is, here's a little test for you. Feel your bicep when your palms are face down. Then spin your bicep so that the thumb is facing up onto the ceiling and feel what happens there. There's activation going on over there. This is why I prefer to practice with the thumbs up facing the ceiling and pushing the knuckles into the blocks. And you could feel the activation of the bicep going up into the shoulders. And these are going to be our pillars for the forearm balances. So once you recruit that strength, remember to drive through the knuckles into the block. As you can see my biceps are firing up when the thumbs are pointing towards the ceiling. Untuck your toes. Walk into your dolphin. Remember, shoulders over elbows. And as your hips go over your shoulders, engage the core. Push off with your forearms, and you can straighten out the legs. Then release. What's important in the forearm balance is our capacity to push through our forearms and to stabilize through the shoulders. Now imagine that the leg that is reaching over the hips is the gas, and the bottom leg, which you're hopping off from, is the brakes. So, in other words, our legs are kind of like the weights on a balancing scale. In this sense, use the legs to balance the weight when you're upside down. So let's do that again. Drive into the block with your knuckles, thumbs pointing up towards the ceiling. Untuck the toes. Now with the leg that you're coming up with, I want you to imagine that you're trying to kick someone just above you. Driving force, push off, and push through the forearms here. You can straighten the legs, engage the core. Be strong in the shoulders. And release. We'll go through another entry into Pincha Mayurasana, which is without the block. So remember to check the distance between your elbows. When you can grab your opposite elbows, place the palms into prayer. Push the palms to create that activation in the biceps. Take a deep inhale. Then go on your toes. Begin to walk your feet in. Take an inhale. Exhale. Keep pushing off. And release. Please check in with your doctor or healthcare provider if you can do an inversion practice, especially if you have spinal issues or spinal injuries. It's always good to get that clearance from a doctor. And remember, this is more about balance, our capacity to push the ground away with our forearms, stabilizing the shoulders, because Pincha Mayurasana is not necessarily a physically hard pose. It is a pose that we are more familiar with than we think. Get comfortable being upside down, take flight, flip your perspective, and most importantly, have fun with the practice. If you can't find your balance, just try and try and try again. This is a journey of self-discovery, and every day, every moment is different. And just be gentle, be kind to yourself. If you feel like you're going to fall, direct your gaze to the side, then you will fall to the side. The last thing we want to do is fall into a back bend or on our backs. So use very little momentum. Think light baby hops. Keep the core engaged, keep the shoulders stabilized, and have fun with it. Thank you very much for watching this tutorial. It was an honor to share this practice with you. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to this page for more classes and asana tutorials. Namaste.